Hello all. In this video, I'm going to discuss about conservation of mechanical energy. So what is mechanical energy? Mechanical energy andre enu? So mechanical energy is the combination of sum of the potential energy and kinetic energy. So as I have discussed in my previous video about kinetic energy, any body which is under motion, then we'll consider as it has kinetic energy. So any rolling ball, a flowing water, a running machine, or a running car, anything, any object, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಬಾಡಿ ಮೋಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಎ ಬಾಲ್ ಫಾಲಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸರ್ಟೆನ್ ಹೈಟ್, ಎ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಫಾಲಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಎ ಟ್ರೀ, ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್, ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಾಡಿ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಮೋಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಎನಿ ಬಾಡಿ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಗೇನ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ವರ್ಚ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್, ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ದ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಆಲ್ ರೈಟ್. So now, what is mechanical energy? Mechanical energy andre, it is the sum of the mechanical energy equals, it is the sum of the potential energy plus kinetic energy ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಎರಡು ಎನರ್ಜಿಗಳು ಇದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು? ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಆಲ್ ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಏನು ಅಂತ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದು ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕನ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೇವ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ ತರ, ಹೆಂಗೆ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಇಸ್, ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಎ ಬಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಎ ಬಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ. Okay, we'll call this body as a A. Initially body is at the position A. And that is at a height H in the tavana. From the ground level, est height alide H in the tavana. Okay, so now ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ಸೊ ನೌ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ದಟ್ this body is going to fall towards the ground. Initially, the body is at point A, which is at a height H from the ground level. So now this body is going to fall down under the help of the gravitational force, gravitational pull. Then we can say that it is a free fall. The body is coming towards the ground because of the gravitational pull and without any other support. Then we can call it as a free fall. And this body is having the mass m. Okay, and which is at a height h from the ground level. Okay, now let us assume that we'll consider at A, body is at the position A. So basically, which is at rest. All right, the body is at rest. Correct? Rest alide anta ankolana. So now, what is the kinetic energy of the body then? From the definition of the kinetic energy, we know that if the body is at rest, then it doesn't have any kinetic energy. The kinetic energy ಇರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಏನು? ಬಾಡಿ ಮೋಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ರೈಟ್? ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇಸ್ ಝೀರೋ. ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ? ಸಿ, ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಅಟ್ ಸರ್ಟೆನ್ ಹೈಟ್ h ಇದೆ, and the body is having the mass m, and it is acted by the gravitational pull G, right? The G is acting on this body. So then the three things are there. Then I can say that mgh. So the body is having what? Potential energy mgh. Then all together ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಈ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ? What is there? So then mechanical energy equals what? So potential energy plus kinetic energy. Correct? So but potential energy ಏನಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? mgh. But what about kinetic energy? That is 0. Then what is the total mechanical energy? That is mgh in the togolona. Adannu ಏನು ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. We'll take it as a E1 ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. All right, energy 1. That means to that at the position A, the energy of the body is mgh. Now we just imagine ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Assume that the body is somewhere at the point B. ಇವಾಗ ಬಾಡಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, it is coming towards the ground. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. So the body is at the point B ಅಂತ imagine ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Same body. So it is coming to the ground. And the distance moved from this point to this point is taken as x. X is the distance between the position A to B. So now the body is basically coming towards the ground and distance traveled by the body is what? X. So now at B, okay, the body is at the point B. It has velocity v1. It is coming with a certain velocity v1. And distance covered is taken as x. Then what is the kinetic energy formula? Kinetic energy formula, we know that half m v square, right? But here I'll take it as a velocity is taken as a v1. v1 square. From the kinematic equation, I can write it as v square minus u square equals 2a s anta ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. But initially the body was at rest, so u is here the initial velocity. Body initially ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು, rest ಅಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು. So now what I will take it as v1 square with respect to this situation. v1 square minus 0 equals 2gx. X is the displacement of the body, distance traveled by the body. Then I can write it as v1 square equals what? 2gx anta ತಗೊಳ್ಬೋದಾ? Correct? So now further what I can write is v1 equals square root of 2gx anta ತಗೊಳ್ಬೋದಾ? Right? We can take it as square root of 2gx ಅಂತನೂ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೋದು, or let it be, keep it like that only. Okay, v1 square equals 2gx ಅಂತನೂ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲ ಇವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. Okay, so now what I will write it as, okay, the square root of 2gx anta ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. It is important to solve the numericals. Let it be, right? So kinetic energy of the body ಏನಿದೆ formula? So then kinetic energy equals what? Half m v1 square ಇದೆ. But v1 equals what? 2gxi, right? So now I'll write it as 2gx, where 2 and 2 will get cancelled. Right? Then kinetic energy can be written as mgx in the tower. Right? Then what is the potential energy of the body? Potential energy formula, we know that mg. And what is the height of the body from the ground level? So from here to here I can take it as h minus x, because the total height is h. But already the body traveled a distance of x. Then what is left out is h minus x. Then I can say here is potential energy, I can take it as mgh, but the height is, I can take it as h minus x in the body, right? Then what is the mechanical energy here? We know that mechanical energy is the sum of the potential energy and kinetic energy. So potential energy ಏನಿದೆ, mg into h minus x plus kinetic energy ಏನಿದೆ, mgx ಇದೆ, right? From here we got it. So now further we can simplify this as, we have to remove the bracket here. So mgh minus mgx, plus into minus minus, and here mgx. So here minus is there, plus is there, both will get cancel each other. Then the mechanical energy is mgh. So we can call it as the E2 I'll call it as a second equation here. And here is the first equation is there. And in the first situation, what happened? E1 I had taken as mgh. Again, in the second situation, when the body traveled a distance of x, still it is having the mechanical energy mgh. All right. Now, we'll go back to the figure. Now the body will come and hit the ground at the point C. Look at the figure. It is hitting the ground at the point C. Now what will happen here? Okay, let us write it as at C. Okay, at C, what is the energy of the body? Let V be the velocity of the body when it strikes the ground, when it hit the ground. Velocity at C. So again, we'll consider the kinematic equation V square minus U square equals 2A. Yes, S is the displacement here. And V square minus 0 equals 2AS because U is taken as initial velocity 0. Then what is V here now? V square equals again 2G, and the total displacement of the body from top to bottom is H, height. So, and kinetic energy formula is, we know that, half mv square. Now I can write it as half into 2gh, that is nothing but m into 2gh. Half 2 and 2 will get cancelled here, and we left out with what? mgh, right? And what about the potential energy when the body is touched the ground? The potential energy will become 0 because height becomes 0 here. Is it right? Then what is the final mechanical energy when the body strikes the ground? That is potential energy plus kinetic energy, right? So then mechanical energy equals 0 plus mgh, right? So I can call it as a energy third equation, right? But we observed here E1 equals E2 equals E3 in all the three situations. When the body is at A, B, C, the mechanical energy of the body remains the same, that is mgh in all the position. Hence we can say that mechanical energy is saved here, conserved. So now what I can conclude is, so during the free fall, when the body is coming towards the ground, in all the cases, initially there was a potential energy, but kinetic energy was 0, right? But gradually the potential energy is keep on decreases, but the kinetic energy is keep on increases. But when it reaches the ground, the potential energy becomes completely 0, but kinetic energy is there. But overall, in this cycle, the total energy of the system is conserved, saved. Hence, we can conclude as mechanical energy is conserved here. That is mgh. So hopefully this video is clear. This class is useful for you people. So if you really like this, kindly subscribe. If you're not subscribed yet, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆನೂ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಏನೇ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದ್ರೂ you can post me in the comment section. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.